You're listening to the Jazz FM and Friends Late Night Show.
Ridiculous.
This is the album where I saw more people saying
Cotton on
with Drake.
Exactly. But this is my problem with it, right? And this is where we get into the discussion about, is it as cool as it is to like Drake? Some people would argue it's cool just to hate him as well, just for the sake of he's too mainstream at this point. Like, I'm not interested, and one of the reasons. So taking it back to the point with the album is one of the reasons people don't like him or have an excuse instantly not to like him is because they hear the radio play songs. Yeah. They hear your Hotline Blings, they hear your One Dances, they hear.
You named all my favourites.
They hear, I know, but this is fine because you self-admittedly you like cheesy music, which is cool. But people who are hardcore hip hop fans that dismiss his ability to rap point to these songs immediately because that's what gets put in front of them.
That's a scapegoat.
And with this album, it's got a lot of those songs, and I don't like it when people use that as an excuse, because if I put songs in front of you, any of the time checked songs, so 5 a.m. in Calabasas, 6 p.m. in New York, any of the timestamp songs, go and listen to those. But this album didn't have really much of that. So that's why, personally, for me, it's an album that a lot of people who hate on Drake can look at it and say, "Oh, look at Take Care, though. Oh, like that's just full of pop songs with Rihanna, and so what?" You could argue the same about Views; it had quite a few, but yeah, that's for me why I'm not a fan of it. I like the ones where he goes deeper lyrically.
Because I feel like this. He talks about a lot of kind of girlfriends in this, doesn't he?
It's a very
who I should be with.
Yes.
It's kind of like. Yeah. What would my life be? I'm kind of getting into this success, but what have I? It's talked about goals that.
This is my personal life.
Yeah, and that's what I fucking love.
And at this point, though, I'm ready for Drake to now evolve as an artist.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because we had already had that. We already knew he had that, and that's what he.
But he becomes the rapper in Nothing Was the Same.
But yeah, let's obviously talk about the tracks then on this one before.
Then what I quickly want to mention is. So you have your album, and normally you drop a single, which is it's basically gonna, I would say, be in the clubs, be lively.
The album.
But the single for this was Marvin's Room.
So
who has done anything like this?
So there we go.
Drop a single like that.
So that's perfect, because that's our first choice. And you're right, because again, watery drums come back in, underwater drums. The most stripped back beat, before he said again, if you hand that beat to any other rapper at the time, they'll go, "What the fuck is this?
Yeah,
what am I supposed to do with this?" And then
he just
kills it, and and the melodies that he hits, and it's just a song that you can just sit and if you're a fan of music in general, you can listen to that song and enjoy it if you're in a certain mood.
And then, just so we do cover it, also Andre 3000's first in The Real Her. That is fucking smooth.
He goes further on that, right? He has the outro verse on
that. Is fucking unbelievable.
You're listening to the Jazz FM and Friends Late Night Show, the only place for hip-hop discussion and general chit-chat.
Jez was like, right, I'm going to ask you some questions on the podcast. And I was like, what?
The tunes you were playing was unbelievable.
For me, he's the greatest of all time for many reasons.
Can you answer this on the spot?
Why are you doing that to me, man?
Sorry, I've lost my cool now.